Lots to share with you in the business report today. The headlines emerging from the Jamaica Stock Exchange's 19th Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference Day 2, being held under the theme, The Drivers of Capital, from Concept to Growth, which saw Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clarke deliver the keynote address, centred around the government's intention to enhance the financing framework for sustainable initiatives, with the support of multilateral and bilateral partners like the IDB and the UK, to create a suite of blue and green instruments to be listed on the JSE by June of this year.
Where projects in the private sector, or I'd even dare say the public sector projects that are brought to the private sector, can have access to green or blue financing right here in Jamaica. The Jamaica Stock Exchange will become the first stock exchange in the region to facilitate the issuance of green and blue and colored bonds.
These colored bonds are a type of fixed income instrument that is specifically earmarked to raise capital for climate and environmentally aligned projects. The global market for these bonds is growing rapidly and is already estimated to exceed US $1 trillion. Dr. Clarke also spoke of another offer currently being explored.
We plan to, over the next 12 months, to bring to the capital markets, by way of public offering, the Jamaica Mortgage Bank.
The minister adds that in the next 12 months, the government will also be offering an instrument that will encompass its positions in Trans-Jamaica Highway, South Jamaica Power, and JPS.
We plan over the next 12 months to put these assets into an infrastructure vehicle that will be listed on the stock exchange, that investors, and they made the institutional investors, have an opportunity to participate in, giving private markets exposure in a big way to infrastructure assets.
The minister says that as the country delevers, that it is important that new investment opportunities are offered to find a home for capital after a period in which he admits the government had previously crowded out private investment. Now, it's not only local capital that awaits the opportunity to greenlight even more investment in the Jamaican market. Massey Distribution, which transitioned from being a conglomerate to a holding company 3 years ago, with portfolio focus across 3 sectors that will be impacted by the increasing awareness of environmental and social issues across the region in electric mobility, health, and integrated retail. James McCletchy, Executive Vice President and Group CFO of Massey Group, spoke to an often underappreciated aspect of Caribbean business culture that may have some bearing on how investor relations evolve in this new era of regional development that, in part, influenced the launch of a new vision for the company last year as a global force for good, an investment holding company with a Caribbean heart.
I think as Caribbean people, we take that for granted. As you guys would know, I've left Trinidad 25 years ago. I had every intention of coming back after 2, then after 4, then after 5, and then I didn't come back. But Massey brought me back, and there's a reason. And when I introduce Massey and what we do, or my friends come from England and Germany to the Caribbean, they are shocked by it. And the one consistent thing they say to me is, y'all take that for granted. And we do. And what is that? We like people. We get along with everybody. So how does that translate to economics? When you buy a company in Colombia or you buy something in Florida, and you bring that warmth and that energy to that organization, what you get is people who like to work for you, they like to work with each other. That translates into people not wanting to leave. They want to stay with you. They want to work with you. So that Caribbean heart, that energy, we want to export that. We want to drive that. It is a core part. It is not just about investment and performance. So it is extremely important. And a force for good. There is no conflict in being high performance and being good.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crossgill.